May profits be upon you. Welcome to another weekly Forex forecast. We're looking at the US dollar CAD, the US dollar CAD, the Canadian dollar. All right. If we take a quick gander at the economic calendar coming up, we know on Monday we have a closed bank holiday kind of thing. All right. So won't be a whole lot of movement there. All right. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are the days to get your trade in. All right. Because there's going to be good liquidity news coming in, good volume injectors. All right. But Friday, that's non farm payroll. That's a huge it'll have huge impact on the markets. All right. And it's the kind that has the potential to reverse markets, like CPI, like interest rate decisions. All right. This is major news. So you want to be flat going into the day and wait to trade until after the news. That's the best course of action. Now, we're looking at the US dollar CAD. I'm on the Monday. I'm on the Monday. I'm on the monthly time frame. Sorry. All right. What you want to notice is what? We're here. We have a low. We have a failed swing high. And we have this swing low that takes liquidity here. And then we go back up, sweep that liquidity. And did we get the other one? Did we actually make a new high? Let's see. Yes, we did. All right. So what does that mean? All the buy side liquidity is taken. And we have this impulsive move to the downside. Now, I want you to notice something about this impulsive move, something very important on the monthly. We created a displacement here, an imbalance. All right, this is a fair value gap. And what price likes to do is revisit those fair value gaps, rebalance them by offering fair value and then continuing now lower. It uses these fair value gaps to go lower. In this case, it's a bearish one, so it's probably going to use it to go lower. Now, if price comes back up to the same fair value gap and it respects it, shows respect, you see the rejection, but it doesn't go very far and then continues past it, then we start to look for an inverted fair value gap in which price, instead of it being resistance, it acts as support. All right. Now, what we have right now is that it created a bearish fair value gap, and the fair value gaps tell you the the price. What do you call it? I'm looking for the right word. Tells you the flow of orders, the order flow. All right, there was a bullish fair value gap here that price came back to, didn't really give a hard reaction to, right? And then we see this bullish engulfer here. Actually, is it an engulfer? Not. It's a good candle. It's a good candle. It broke the high of the previous candle, but uh, this, just like on the U.S. dollar index, we see 7 months of down candles. July gave us a bullish month, our first bullish month after months of since January. That's right. No, this one's February. Since that February high, we've seen nothing but bearish candles, and then we got one for July. All right. August was a small candle and smaller range, and it took out the high of the previous candle and then came back into the range of that candle. I'm looking for some follow through to the downside. I actually am looking for that. But what you want to look for is 50%. Is price going to respect the 50% mark of that previous candle? August did show respect. Look at from the body high to the body low, or to from the body open to the body close. August respected that 50%. All right. Now, we want to see if we see continuation in September. But I'm looking for price to trade towards, let me get rid of this. I'm looking for price to trade towards this low. Take that low as it's showing respect to the July consummate encroachment, and I'm looking for price to possibly continue higher from there. Understand this. This is an order block here. All right. We see the sell before the stronger buy, and we're right there where price is showing respect to it. And I'm looking for those two confluences of support to support higher prices. That's it. All right. If we go to the, does that make sense? All right. Well, let's go to the weekly. On the weekly, what we can see is last week closed very bearish, well past the low of the previous week, well past the low of the week prior to that. All right. This is a bearish order block. All right. We have price, what do you call it? Up, buy. We have the buy up before a stronger sell, and we have a close below those lows. That's all we look for, right? In an order block. So if price comes down or comes up and shows respect to this and forms a fair value gap, it could use that for lower prices. All right, so bear that in mind. But right now, I'm looking for price to take out this low and quite possibly that low with a wick and then continue up into this candle. All right, towards the 50% of that candle. I want to see if it respects it or not. All right, if we go down to the daily, I hope you're following my logic so far. All right, this is that low that I'm looking for price to trade towards. All right, this is the low of last month of August, and I'm looking for price to take that low out, and as a low, all right, as a low, and from looking at this low, higher, 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 low, higher, high. All right, we broke this high. All right, we broke that high, and we're bullish. Then price comes back into it. We're expecting price to come back into this natural area of demand to continue higher. But what happens is when it fails, what happens when it fails? Well, then this becomes the break of market structure. This becomes the high, and wherever this ends up becomes the low. And this then becomes the area of natural supply. And we're looking for price to come back up into this to continue down. I hope that makes sense. Now, if price takes this low with a wick, and we go into this bullish fair value gap, this is the low that we would be expecting price to come towards for as a draw. We're looking for price to move higher from there. All right, and I'll be looking for a change in the state of delivery once it gets down here. All right, if it doesn't happen, then we'll be heading towards these ascending lows, which is a draw on liquidity. Okay, so you're asking right now, well, which way are we going? We're bearish. Up close candles, stronger buy. We are definitely bearish. All right, and we're probably going to take out this low. So it's going to go lower before it starts to move, before it gets higher. Okay, but I think it's just a bit lower. I'm going to look for the reaction after this low is taken, and possibly this low. If once we hit that low, that is a bullish fair value gap. I want to see how price reacts there. All right, if this fair value gap fails, if the fair value gap fails, I'm looking for price to invert this into a area of resistance and come after these ascending lows for liquidity. So right now, yeah, I'm bearish. There's no reason to be looking for buys right now. unless we get a bullish break of structure here or here in this bullish fair value gap. But those lows are what I'm looking at. This low first, and then this low. Does that make sense? All right. Let me give you some exact numbers. That is 1.3721, and this one is 1.3688. 1.3688. Those are the ones I'm going to be watching. All right, and what I'm going to watch for is a low on the lower time frames. I'm going to look for a low, a lower high, a lower low, and a higher high. Once it breaks that, that's going to be our change in the state of delivery. I'm waiting for price to come back to it so that I can take some longs, at least up to here. That is a bearish fair value gap, and I would like to take profit there. All right, and we'll see how price reacts once it reaches that. Got it? I'm looking for the exact same thing. If this low is breached, I'm looking for price to make a low, a lower high, a lower low, a higher high. As soon as it does that, that's a change in the state of delivery. I'm looking for price to come back to this so that I can take it up to how. Got it? I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you go and check out the other videos I put out today, which is the pound USD, the euro USD, and the first one for the day was the US dollar index. Okay. Hey, I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you leave a comment and make sure you leave a boost or a thumbs up. Thank you.